Well, Sir James, some of the originals, there's one more, of course, and it's Ken Alexander. And I call on Ken now to make the presentation on behalf of the entire staff of TVW Channel 7 to you, Sir James. To do it, Mr. Ken Alexander.
Peter. Before you go, Peter, remember Krebby?
Yeah.
Well, finally parted company with TVW on January the 6th, 1978.
Amazing.
The end. Finish. Ladies and gentlemen, Sir James and Lady Cruthers, we're looking at 6 original members of the company, and when you add up the time involved by these men to the company, I would say that it adds up well into excess of 130 years. I'm adding a little bit on for you because I think you've probably been here later at night than quite a few of us had at that time. Sir James, we're very sorry indeed to see you leave this company. It's been a long time. Every member of TVW Enterprises has the same thoughts as I do tonight. We're going to miss JWC up in the top office each day. I guess it's something that had to come. We've got to live with that type of thing, but whilst we're sorry you're going, we're also happy in a sense that you will be able to follow up some of the loves of your life. The film you saw earlier of the Northwest, I think one of your great loves was to get away in the Northwest, to get away from it all, brush the cobwebs out of television, but you always had to come back and pick up where you left off. At this stage, I think you'll be able to come back with a much fresher mind. When you saw some of the films there this evening, one particular piece came to mind, and that was something very few people here probably know, that Sir James once walked to Geraldton. I think he had the money for the fare, but it all started, if I remember, down in the old Studio 3 or 4 at the Barleycorn Hotel. I've forgotten now whether it was 3 or 4. And a silly little discussion started about walking to Geraldton and how long it would take. Darcy Farrell was another person in this, and it developed that certain bets were placed about how long it would take to walk to Geraldton. When I came to work after the weekend again, I remember a young fellow that worked in the newsroom, Bill McCartney, who was about 17 then, and Bill came racing into the news editing room and said to me, "For Christ's sake," he said, "I've been conned to walk to Geraldton." Bill's prowess as an athlete, I think at that stage of the game, was sitting on a rock at Rottnest demolishing a couple of stubbies. But whilst all this was going on, Sir James was doing his practice round the parks for this long walk ahead. And about Tuesday during the week, things looked a bit serious about this walk to Geraldton. So every time I walked past Darcy Farrell, I very smartly said, "Gee, Darcy, I've got a stone bruise on the foot." I was a little bit worried that I might be conned. And Campy again, I think he developed a pull muscle, and Mossy had water on the knee or something. We had to do something to get out of it, but whilst this was going on, Sir James was getting the practice for the walk to Geraldton. They did the trip, in about 4 days, wasn't it? About 13, was it? Oh, I was slower than I thought. But one chap that did it a little quicker, I think, was Darcy Biso. He always gets the easy jobs. He was the one that had the Land Rover to go and lay the food supplies along the run. And of course he arrived at Geraldton before all of them. But why I brought that up was that anything that Sir James went into, he always went into properly. You can see that by the way TVW has grown from the early beginnings when he was also in charge right up to the multi-million-dollar complex it is today. And Sir James, we wish you a happy retirement. good health. We hope you can do all the things you've wanted to do in the last 22, 23 years. And on behalf of every one of us at TVW Enterprises, we would like you to take away this portrait. For he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow, and so say all of us, so say all of us, for he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow, and so, hooray, 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 Sir James Cruthers.